Well, y'all, I don't know how well you can tell, but the lakes are frozen here. These two are completely locked up, except this one's got a very small spot in the middle where there's like 5 geese hanging out. The sad part is I brought my fishing poles. I've got my tackle box. I was going to try to do a catch and cook. So I don't really feel like I'm going to stay at this campground here since the lake's frozen. But I need to figure out a different spot to go. It's probably not too terribly far away. Maybe we can find a bigger body of water that isn't frozen. My only thought would be is that the edges will probably still be all frozen over and won't be very fishable, but even the river over here that backs up to this campsite is pretty much frozen. And it's surprising. We've had some cold temperatures, but I didn't think it was cold enough to freeze everything. And today it's 48 degrees right now. So it is what it is. That's the river out there. I know it's hard to tell because it's super low, but that's also basically frozen over. There might be something on the other side that's not, a little closer towards the channel, but yeah, kind of bogus. You can probably just see the geese out there, but that's all frozen over. All right, we're gonna head on down the road, I guess, and find ourselves another spot, maybe a bigger lake. Either way, I'll see you guys when we get there. I'm not afraid of the boogeyman. Instead, I look at Well, all right, y'all. I've made it to a spot. It took about an hour and 15-minute drive. I camped here almost exactly 1 year ago, and I'll link that video down below if you want to check it out, because I explored this entire park and I tell you where I'm at, just like I'm going to tell you where I'm at now, because of what we've got going on here. So in Nebraska, I want to say it was like, I'm probably going to get the year completely wrong, but like 2019 maybe, we had some massive flooding in this area and this whole place was underwater. So the last time I was down here, none of this was here, and the previous boardwalk that they had was damaged in all the flooding. But I am down here at Indian Cave State Park in Nebraska, and right here what we have are the Indian Caves and some petroglyphs. We do have a sign right here, so I'll read you this quickly, and then we'll take a walk up to the cave and check that out before the sun goes down, because we still need to go find ourselves a campsite here. But this says, Indian Caves dates back several thousand years, created by silt and fine-grained sand deposits in a Pennsylvania rock channel. The cave walls are etched with petroglyphs or ancient Indian picture writings. The cultural origin and period in history remain a mystery. They depict forms, shapes, and scenes, mostly of elements of nature and wildlife. And you can see some of these here. I don't know how easy they're going to be able to see once we get up there, but I'll go ahead and read the rest of this to you guys. So it says, the cave was formed by silts and fine-grained rock sand deposits in a channel in the Pennsylvania rock. Exposure of the Pennsylvania rock with its layer of sandstone formed the cave. This is common along the walls of the Missouri River corridor. The actual age of the cave has never been determined, but it has probably existed for several thousand years. The cave and its petroglyphs give an excellent glimpse into our distant past. This is probably the only site in Nebraska with such features. In the last 100 years, the cave was used as a gathering spot for local residents for picnics and outings. Travel in the late 1800s and early 1900s was difficult at best by any other means than foot or horseback. In 1974, paved roads were constructed to provide all-weather access to the cave, and in 1997, the AmeriCorps National Community Corps helped build the boardwalk and viewing decks for access and protect the cave and petroglyphs. Prior to the late 1800s, the cave was likely visited by local Indian tribes, mainly the Pawnee, Oto, and Iowa, and possibly the Sac and Fox in Missouri. It is not known if Lewis and Clark's Corps of Discovery discovered the cave in 1804 during their westward journey to the Pacific Ocean. Research of the historic Missouri River channel and its meanderings across the floodplain indicate that the river may have been as far as 1.5 miles away from the cave at the time. And it might be hard to see, but the river is right there, right there. Back some 1,500 years ago, the cave was no doubt used by nomadic tribes who wandered through the region. These people traveled up and down the river following the game and foraging for seasonal natural crops found in the area. The cave was used only as a temporary shelter or resting place for days or weeks at a time. No permanent structures were built, and different clans used the same campsites chosen for the same reasons. Close to a major trail, ample shelter, and spring-fed water supply. All of these needs were met by Indian Cave. And then it goes on to talk about the petroglyphs a little bit, so we'll see what this says. Centuries ago, Native Americans inhabited the cave area. They left behind examples of primitive art called petroglyphs, incised or carved into the sandstone cliffs of the cave. These drawings were the artist's way of recording events that may have been affected by him, but not necessarily the entire tribe or clan. These petroglyphs were likely carved some 1,500 to 1,800 years ago by nomadic people who used the area as temporary shelter as they traveled up and down the river with the seasons. Another theory holds that the Indian cave may be the bison's lodge from the Pawnee animal lodges. The 6 to 9 buffalo shapes incised into the wall of the cave support that theory. The walls of the cave have some 15 carvings, including many bison, a man astride a horse, a bird in geometric shapes. There is also a fish with legs, but it is in another section of the cave. Please treat the petroglyphs with respect and curb the natural desire to carve initials into the sandstone cliffs. So we'll take a walk up here and see what this is all about. And as you guys can see, there is still a little bit of snow on the ground here, but this area never gets any sunlight or doesn't get much sunlight throughout the day. Most of the park where you can actually camp at does not have any snow left on the ground. Yeah, this is really nice, and it is fully handicap ADA. So if you were in a wheelchair, you can't do stairs, there is a long path that you can come up here and check that out. I might not know what I'm talking about, but I don't believe these are actual caves. Like, I don't think you walk into anything. I think it's just more of a rocky outcropping. But let's see. Well, we've made it up here, and just like I thought, there isn't any actual cave portion here. Although it looks like there may be something way up there, if you can see that little wooden fence line. And there are some bigger holes. But none of these signs have had anything put on them since they redid this whole section. And to be honest with you guys, I really am having a hard time seeing any of these petroglyphs. There's stuff way up there that people have carved in, but that's not any actual petroglyphs. Along with over there, I have a feeling they may be in that section. But you can see possibly this all comes way over. This comes up and out and over, and you can kind of tell where the ground up there is still dry, no snow on it. So it would cover you up in inclement weather. Yeah, guys, I cannot see any of these ancient petroglyphs. There's carvings in numerous different spots around here that people have done. But as far as any petroglyphs visible to my eye, I cannot see them. And the sad thing is, this place opened back up this year and people have already graffitied everything. Yeah, guys, ain't gonna lie, that's it's slightly disappointing. It's a cool history item here that we have, but I do have to say that the fact that they've named it caves is kind of misleading, and I knew that from the get-go. But it is a pretty cool area, and it's cool to think of the history that it has and the people that have stayed here, the nomadic tribes, and everybody that's just come across this place. And as you're standing up here, you have an amazing view down to the river. There we go, one more shot of it. Just big rock outcropping formation. I would really like to see the actual petroglyphs, but you're not supposed to get off the trail, so I'm not going to film evidence of myself breaking the rules here. But I'm going to head back down to the truck and we'll see what we can find for a campsite tonight. So stay tuned, y'all. All right. I don't need a seatbelt. We're in the park. I'm not too worried about it. Let's see what we can find ourselves for a campsite. Don't you run away from me. Why are you running? It's a cool spot along the river here. There is a little bit of ice out there, but mostly it's open. But it's 4:37 already, and we're about to run out of light. In fact, you can't even see the sun anymore from down here, so we just need to find ourselves a campsite for the night. All right, y'all, well, we've made it. Got a nice fire pit here. There's a couple of spots. These are pretty nice. This campground kind of curves around. There's some other people down there. You can just barely see the sun over the horizon. We're gonna lose it quick, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get that fire started now. All right, y'all. I know you can't see me, but I have my buddy heater with me here. I get you. Can you, dang old camera, adjust properly? I get it. It's right behind me. Stop it. Anyways, y'all, I brought my heater with me, but I won't need it because we are in an electric site tonight. So we're gonna go ahead and bust out the old luxury heater here. Get plugged in. Probably throw this one in the truck, in the cab. I don't think it'll fit under here right now. Nope. All right, we've got heat. All right, let's crack a brew and go check out this fire. Oh, it's going pretty good. So you can see the sun's about down behind me back there. It's gonna drop over that hill. You're in a big valley in this campground, which is kind of cool. Picked up a tall boy. I think I may have had this before, and honestly not too long ago, but it was slim pickings where I stopped, so I got this. It's a Stone Brewing Buena Vesa Salt and Lime Lager, 4.7%. Yeah, if this isn't what I had, then I had something that was almost exactly the same as this, but give it a shot. The weather today has been beautiful, but I can't remember if this is the one I had, but it tastes pretty good. Well, I'm gonna go grab this picnic table that's down over yonder and let this fire burn for a while, and then we'll get ourselves some dinner cooking up. I don't know if those things are getting heavier or if it's just me, but that's that plastic wood. Plastic wood. All right, y'all. Well, I threw the cast iron pan on the fire there, and we're gonna make ourselves some dinner in that. So tonight's consolation prize dinner is going to be Spam. So I planned on frying up some fish and also frying up some potatoes to go with that. Here's my worms. We're not going to eat those. But instead of doing fish and potatoes, we're going to end up doing Spam and potatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and toss these in there, I think. Something walking around over there. Ooh, there's a raccoon right there. Right there. Hopefully he does not come over here. Let me get the camera. Where did he go? Oh shit. It scared me. He took off running. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see. I don't know where he went. Or if you'll even be able to hear it. He was right here at this fire pit. He came right down to the fire pit. That was a big raccoon. All right. Try to get this resituated over here. How's that look? I think I turned that light up a little bit brighter. That actually scared me. When I went over to grab the camera, it sounded like he was running right towards me. I don't need to get eaten by a rabid raccoon, but he was right there at that fire pit. I wish I would have got a shot of that. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna toss some potatoes in the pan here and give these a minute or two, and then we'll throw ourselves some Spam in there. So. And then we're gonna go ahead. He's coming back. He's coming back. We're gonna put some Cavender seasoning on there. Hopefully this dude doesn't attack me. I wanna get a shot of him. He's coming back. There he is right there. Oh, he's not close enough. I don't know if you guys saw that. He keeps coming back. All right, let's just put a little bit of the seasoning on here before I freak out about its raccoon. All right. Need to probably grab a plate because I'm not going to use all of this Spam tonight. We'll grab a bag, but here we go, y'all. So I like Spam, and we'll just probably see if we can get it out of here this way. But it is pretty salty. I think we're gonna try to use half of this maybe. I don't want to eat the entire can. I don't think that's gonna come out of there. I'm gonna need to go grab something else. Well, maybe I can get it. I think half of this would be, we'll just dig her out of there. Almost lost that one. There we go. one wood table is nice. You can just set your pan on it, but there's holes on this table on both ends from where people have set their Dutch ovens down. We'll just try to set her off here to the side for now. A little oil in the fire. Set her down like so. All right. Well, not what we hoped for, but it looks pretty tasty nonetheless. I'm pretty stoked with that. Not bad at all. Some of these smaller pieces of Spam are so crispy it's almost like bacon bits. Keep my feet by the fire. Use what little warmth we have left. I already burned all my firewood. Not too shabby. Well, it's warm in here with that thing on. Turn her down a little bit. Didn't realize my light was on. Yeah, this says it's 58 degrees in here. I've had the heater blasting, but the windows are open. The back end was completely open, but it kept it pretty toasty in here. Can we fit this under the bed? Maybe. Oh yeah. Comfortable night out there. I got everything put away except for my spoon and stuff right there, so I don't think we're going to be bothered by the raccoon tonight, but I'm going to get myself changed into my pajamas and sit back and watch something on the tube. Let's get some of this moved around. So I don't remember what I downloaded. I downloaded something today. I've got some older movies on here. Nothing that really stands out to memory, but we should have something good in here to watch. Oh, the short days of winter. Okay, I know what I'm gonna watch. So, it was this week or last week sometime, I think. At home, I watched the first Enola Holmes on Netflix. It's got Millie Bobby Brown in it. She was from Stranger Things, and the second one just came out. So I'm gonna give that a watch. Let me tell you what it's about if you're not familiar with it. Heater just kicked on down there. So Enola Holmes takes on her first case as a detective But to unravel the mystery of a missing girl, she'll need some help from friends and her brother Sherlock. So if you're not familiar, she's the younger sister of Sherlock Holmes and the other brother. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. It's a pretty good movie. The first one was pretty good, I should say. Fairly fast-paced. And I thought it was pretty interesting. So I think we'll give the second one a whirl. Might as well finish it up. Maybe there's going to be a third one. I don't know. Oh yeah, my nose is all stuffed up. Anyways, I slept great last night. Oh, there's gotta be a bunch of squirrels out there. I can hear them running around and making noise this morning, running through all the leaves out there. Oh man. It's not a bad looking morning, no. You can tell the sun is up. I don't know if you guys will be able to tell on this camera. Obviously it's bright out there, but in the tree line back there you can see the line of sun, because like there's also a big hill behind me here. The sun will be coming up over there somewhere, so it's like dropping the, like I can watch the sun come down the hill as it rises, kind of thing. Oh man. Well, that raccoon never came back, thankfully. Didn't try to break in my truck last night. Well, we get some coffee going. Do some of the instant Malaysian coffee that I've got. Capio. I think I've got another one of these at home in a different flavor I should bring with. Coffee. That was boiling. Muy caliente. I'll give that a few minutes. Oh, yeah. Gorgeous with the heater running and still having the windows open and getting fresh air. It says it's 66 degrees. I think it's like probably 20 degrees outside. Let's see what this says quick. It's 8:23 in the morning. It's currently 28 degrees outside. No wind or anything. We have a high of 51 today. Tomorrow there's a high of 58. Almost 60 degrees. So maybe we'll get the bike out. Maybe we'll get the bike out for the next one. We'll see. I'm still trying to put these springs, my new leaf springs on the truck. I have not gotten to that one yet, so we'll see if I get started on that. But man, it's gonna be so nice out. Kind of feel like I should get one of the motorcycles out for the last time this year. What would probably be the last time anyways. So the movie last night, Enola Holmes 2, I guess, was great. Just as good as the first one. And watching it, I was trying to figure out why I liked it so much, because it's, I don't know, it's not the type of movie I think I would typically watch, but I think it's because Enola, Millie Bobby Brown, during the movie, she constantly breaks the fourth wall, so she'll turn around and then just talk directly to the camera, and nobody else does that in the movie. At least I don't think so. So it's almost like you're watching kind of like an overly produced YouTube video, maybe. But yeah, she'll just turn around and talk directly to you. So it's a different vibe out of the movie than what I expected going into it, but I think that's what made me enjoy it so much. You kind of feel more involved in the story. I don't know. But it's a great flick. If you like any of the Sherlock Holmes type of stuff, definitely check it out. And I don't know much about it other than just watching it, but I'm assuming there's going to be a third one, because Watson shows up in the end of the second one. That might be a spoiler for you guys, but it's a great flick. I would definitely recommend Enola Holmes 1 and 2 on Netflix. Well, this has had plenty of time. Try to get this out without spilling it all over the floor. I don't know if you guys can even see my cup over there. Got it. Yeah, it's really hot. Well, y'all on the road headed out of here. I actually came back down to look at the river again. Just wanted to see what it looked like down here this morning, because there are a couple of there's like a little creek arm and a pond over here, and that's frozen over. So I'm curious if the high temps today and tomorrow are gonna actually ruin the ice. I mean, the high temps only last for a few hours in the afternoon, so we might have ice from here on out. I need to probably get my spud bar out and start checking some ice in some spots. I know that one of the other local dudes, Pig Patrol TV, if you don't watch any fishing channels, he's local, and I believe they were out yesterday on some ice. So yeah, I don't know if you guys can see, that's all frozen. So we've got ice, and tomorrow it's supposed to be 58 degrees here. It's kind of weird, but that's Nebraska for you. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Like I said, I'll leave a link to the other video in the description if you want to check that one out. It's got a whole lot more from this park. There's a cemetery here, there's like a schoolhouse, there's a lot of stuff in this park. But we've already taken a look at that, so we are gonna get headed home. And cheers, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit.